Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Omri and today the deck I'm going to be playing is Yorion Doom. So, this deck is built around two uniquely very powerful cards, Doom Foretold and Yorion Sky Nomad. We'll start with Doom Foretold. This card makes each player sacrifice something at their upkeep, has to be a non-land, non-token permanent, and the way this deck is built around taking advantage of that is having a lot of cheap non-land, non-token permanents that get value when they enter the battlefield, like Omen of the Sea, which draws you cards, Birth of Meletis, which gets you lands and blockers, and things like Treacherous Blessing, which you actively want to sacrifice. The second card in the deck is Yorion Sky Nomad, which works really well when your deck is full of things that get value when they enter the battlefield. So we've got Yorion as sort of the backup top end for this deck, 3 in the main deck because it's just that good, along with the 1 in the companion zone. And because we've got so much card draw, and because this deck can fit so many cards in it, we also get to companion Yorion without giving up very much. So as for the rest of the deck, we've got some removal and interaction in Shadow of the Sky, Extinction Event, Hagra Mauling, and Eliminate and Heartless Act. And the rest of the deck is really just things we want to be blinking at. Esper, Elspeth Conquers Death, and a Singleton Doom Foretold are sort of our top end, as well as 4 Amelia's Calls, which are pretty free in the mana base. We get removal with Skyclave Apparition and Elspeth's Nightmare that can also blink, as well as Glass Casket, Birth of Meletis gets us lands, Maze Mind Tome and Omen of the Sea draws us cards, Treacherous Blessing is again just great, and Omen of the Sun is great against aggro. That's the deck. Let's move on to the sideboard. 2 Duress, 2 Glimpse of Freedoms, sort of, 2 Negate, 3 Mystical Dispute, 2 Shark Typhoons, and a Maze Mind Tome all can come in against control, as well as Elspeth Conquers Death, depending on the opponent's exact build. Glimpse of Freedom is also especially good against rogues, which mill you, but if you not only get extra value by being able to cast Glimpse of Freedom, you're also exiling cards from your graveyard, which is good at shutting off their 7 or 8 cards in the graveyard. Spells like Into the Story and Soaring Thought Thief. 1 Baneslayer Angel against aggro, as it's really hard to beat by just attacking. It is soft to removal, but oftentimes decks will want to board out removal against this deck because you don't have very many creatures. So that's a good way to juke them out post sideboarding. And this deck has so many anti-control cards in the sideboard because it's got a lot of removal and anti-aggro cards in the main deck. So that's why most of these are going to come in against control, whereas we don't need to change around very much against aggro. Alright, that's the deck. Let's get into some games.
Welcome to match number 1 of the Mythic Society Standard Trials against Gildeezy. And, well, I quite like this hand, and I also quite like my opponent's avatar. Saheeli is a sweet one, for sure. So, we start with the traditional well-wishings. Good luck, high five, and let's get on with the game. I will... this is a tough one, but I think I'm going to put it to the bottom. I've already got, cheap enchantments, Birth of Meletis, and Maze Mind Tome. And yeah, hopefully I can find a swamp. Actually, well, the Skyclave Apparition does make it so that I don't need a swamp, so I'll just go for the Birth of Meletis. I could also like Maze Mind Tome and like scry a couple of times, try to find a black source, but I think just hitting it with Skyclave Apparition is going to be totally fine. And in general, this matchup tends to be pretty good, because this deck just has a ton of removal, and it also closes the corner pretty quickly. Doom Foretold is pretty great against a deck with a million creatures. So yeah, that's Bone Crusher Giant, but I don't really mind. Turning their Edgewell Innkeeper into a 1/1 is a trade I'm very happy to make. So we'll see what my opponent goes for here. It's a Scavenging Ooze. And I'm going to exile my Skyclave Apparition. I don't know if I feel... if I have any strong feelings about that. I'll go for Skyclave Apparition again. Exile their Scavenging Ooze, and I'll play this Miria's Call tapped. And then next turn, I'm probably just going to try to find a land with Maze Mind Tome if I don't draw one. I'm not under too much pressure, and I'm not super worried about getting hit by Embercleave because my opponent doesn't really have a significant board state. Alright, they go for a Questing Beast, which is a lot of damage, but if I can resolve this Doom Foretold, that'll be pretty good. So, actually, change of plans. I'm going to go for Birth of Meletis, get a Plains, play it, and then play Maze Mind Tome, and the next turn I can Yorion my Skyclave Apparition, assuming my opponent doesn't do anything drastic, and then I'll be able to get them their 2/2 back, but I get to exile a Questing Beast, which is pretty good. No second red source, which is interesting. It means that I can't get hit by Embercleave, though. The Great Henge is still online if they have any land. And they could also just play a red source post-combat. Nope, it's just going to be a Mammoth. So I think what I'm going to do here is Scry. Oh, perfect, a Swamp. So I'll play the Swamp. And then I'll Scry one more time, because I'm just going to exile the Maze Mind Tome anyway. Ooh, I'll certainly keep that one on top. And, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter, because I'm going to get up Plains with its Birth Meletis. I'm going to flicker these three. Get my opponent back there 2/2, but that's a trade I'm pretty happy to make. And I would like to find a Wrath at some point, because now Embercleave does become a serious threat if my opponent finds the right land. So I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good spot, even if they do. Shoot, well, they're that second red source, so yeah. We'll see, we'll see. You know what, I'm going to block like this. Wall. Like that. Now, I don't really want to give them a 4/4 if they have an Embercleave. So, I'll block, actually, no, then it's better to, put the Yorion on the 2/2 and the wall on the 0/1. Or I could just put 2 walls in front of this Canadian Mammoth. That actually seems a little bit better. And then the question is, because I could put Skyclave Apparition in front, then they have to sacrifice. No, I think I'm fine like this. And then I expect I'll see an Embercleave. Be interesting to see what it goes on, but the next turn, ooh, nothing. Okay, well, it could still be a Great Henge, which would be unfortunate. Nope, just a Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, maybe my opponent just didn't have it. Brushfire Elemental. Well, actually, I am still a little suspicious. How good is Amiria's Call as a draw? It's honestly probably pretty good. I mean, that's just a lot of damage. Or I could go for Doom Foretold plus Alphys Nightmare. So that would force them to Embercleave, and then I can try to figure something out. Yeah, you know what? I think no. Right, I don't have a second black source. Okay, scratch that. And I'm probably... Does this give Vigilance? No, just Indestructible. Okay, well, then I'm not going to be attacking. And this Burst of Meletis is going to pop and give me 2 life, so... Okay, well, that's potentially worrying. So I think... What, they're going to have, like, 16 over there if they choose to go for it. What could block like this? So basically they could Embercleave the Bone Crusher. And no, I want to, I definitely want to make it so that they only have one creature in play, because then they're going to have to sacrifice the creature with the Bone Crusher. So basically just blocking here, don't die, I don't die, and I don't die, and wherever they don't Embercleave, they're going to have a small blowout. So I think I'm pretty well insured against what my opponent could have. The only thing is, they do get to, actually, maybe I shouldn't have put the 4/4 in front of the Brushfire Elemental, that might have been a little bit loose. Yeah, I sort of forget that now, honestly. Oh, it's just a Rimrock Knight. Okay, well, that makes me feel a whole lot better about where I'm at. Okay, that's good. Because that means I don't need to be worried about Embercleave anymore. Ooh, perfect. Yes. Okay, and I'll gain some life. And then I'll be able to play a black source. Elspeth Nightmare, your Brushfire Elemental, and Doom Foretold. Make you sack the Rimrock Knight. And now I'm in a great spot. And now I'm just gonna get in for some damage. Actually probably should have attacked with a Skyclave Apparition even. As well, because I'm not exactly blocking with it. Okay, it's just a Fabled Passage. Well, that's fine. I'll just jump it with a 0-4. Not super worried about that. And yeah, this game looks about wraps to me. Okay, well I'll just go ahead and scry. Make it so that if I ever need the 4 life, I'll be able to activate it quickly. Though I'm not even sure how I lose this game. I guess it's to exactly like a top deck Evercleave. No, it's not. It's Doom Foretold's gonna kill it. Yeah, okay, well game 1 goes to me. We'll see how I fare game number 2. First off, let's go ahead and crack this. Gain 4 life as well. Maybe I should have thinned my deck before, but honestly, I don't think I'm out of that much. I get Yorion to hand, but I'm not going to cast it quite yet. I'll get in for some damage. Upkeep, my opponent's gonna have to sack, and then I'll probably sack my Yorion since I have a second Yorion. So that seems fine. And then literally any draw just puts the game way out of reach for my opponent. Bone Crusher would be pretty bad for me, but it looks like they don't have it. Okay, I'll sack you. Hagra Mauling. I guess we'll get him for 2 damage. Yeah, okay. And play Yorion, and don't think I want to flicker anything. Submit 0, and then I'll go ahead and play this Bright Climb Pathway because it is very much conceivable that I start drawing cards and need the mana. Perfect. Well, my opponent held the land there, which is a little bit odd. Yeah, now it's definitely over. I've got Lethal, I've got Emiria's Call. Sure, go ahead and block you. GG. Just gonna rub it in a little bit. Yeah. Thanks, opponent. Can't tell if they're, shoot, where the... okay, well I hope they're, like, not actually tilted. That would be unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring in a Baneslayer Angel, and I'm going to take out, I think, 1 Treacherous Blessing, and run it like that. Don't think I could bring in negates. What's exactly my opponent's list? Should have actually probably checked that a little bit earlier. Where do I find that? Deck list. Right. Got Embercleave, Great Henge. Yeah, you know what? I'll bring in the 2 negates. I can take out an Elspeth Conquers Death and an Elspeth's Nightmare. It's pretty good. Okay, and roll like that. Alright, opening hands. This is a pretty good one. Bartham led us into Wrath. I'm not going to turn that down. My opponent's on a mulligan to 6. Okay. Forest. Yikes, that's a multi-5. Fortunately, yeah, poor opponent. Ooh, hello, that's a good turn 5 play. Unfortunately for my opponent, or unfortunately for me rather, I don't have a way to kill this Edgewell Innkeeper, but I think I'm going to be fine. Yeah, well, I do doubt though that it'll be enough for them to get back into the game without some, yikes, extremely bad luck from me. Okay, well I guess I'm not doing anything this turn, but I'll start doing things next turn, so it's fine. I can bring Yorion to hand and discard a land. Oh, and I'm also apparently just a rhyming god all of a sudden. And not even sure if I'm gonna need this shatter, honestly. Questing bees, like, yeah. I mean, I might just like Hanger Mauling it, you know? Or I could just like Elspeth's Nightmare, the Edgewall Innkeeper. And, I think I'll go ahead and play the Amiria's Call tap. Just don't think I'm going to be needing it. And if I do, by then I'll probably have drawn a second one. So my opponent has a window to jam Embercleave, which is a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, there it is. But hopefully I can just keep casting a removal. Ooh, Doom Foretold. Okay, what they got in hand? It's just a brush fire on that. That's actually a problem for me, isn't it? Well, actually, this actually turns out pretty fine. So I'll play this right clan pathway out. So basically they're going to play Brushfire attack, and then I'm going to remove the Questing Beast, and then I'm going to play Baneslayer or something. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Definitely don't want to be taking lethal. Ox of Agonas? It's kind of unfortunate. And this Elspeth's Nightmare is going to pop before I can deal with it. Okay, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Question is, do I go after the Ox or the Embercleave? I think I'm going after the Ox, honestly. I just want to keep them off creatures for Embercleave. I have plenty of removal. And, maybe I'll be missing a land drop, unfortunately, but that just means my hand is full of gas. Oh no. Okay, that does worry me. I'm going to 2, that's Bone Crusher Giant range, that's not where I want to be. And an Edgewall Innkeeper. Okay, well, my opponent may have just accidentally gone back into this game with that Ox of Agonas draw. That was really big. Go Yorion. So this Elspeth Conquers Death. I'll go ahead and sacrifice this Fabled Passage because I'm going to scry. Plains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you know what? I'll keep the plains on top. That lets me shatter this guy into Doom Foretold. And that seems pretty good. So this way, they have to have Bone Crusher Giant, which kills me, or what? Brushfire Elemental plus a land? Oh, please don't. I'm going to be somewhat salty if I somehow manage to lose this game after my opponent's on a multi-5. Wow. Yeah, my opponent just pretty much drew perfectly in those last turns. And, yeah, just that Embercleave. Maybe I played wrong somewhere, I'm not sure. Well, either way, there's not really much to do than just run it back on the play this time, which should be a pretty big advantage. Okay, there we go. So, first match goes to me, 2-1. And, well, I'll be back in time for match number 2. Yeah, I'll be keeping this one. Mostly off the back of Shadow the Sky. That's a good draw. Yeah, definitely want to be drawing lands here. For sure. Probably just gonna go like Treacherous Blessing into Shadow the Sky or something. I'm not actually 100% sure. It's a little bit awkward that I will have to discard hand size. But we'll see, I don't really want to play the Skyclave Apparition before I Shadow the Sky because I'm gonna get the token back. That seems pretty bad. I might have to just let my opponent draw all the cards in the world with Edgewall Innkeeper. I'm very glad to see Order of Midnight and not something like Lovestruck Beast. So they can cast the Great Henge. Ooh, and that's a good draw as well. So I'm going to go for... I think I'll just go for Omen of the Sea, and then I'll Shadow the Sky next turn. I don't really want to play this Treacherous Blessing quite yet, as my life total does matter on this matchup, and I'll be discarding a card to hand size anyway. Though it is a little awkward that it's 3 mana and Omen of the Sea is 2 mana, but I think it's fine. We'll save it till the end game. Okay, my opponent here specifically gets 4 mana. Interesting to see for what. I guess they do have like Pelucranos and stuff. Or it could just be like a couple Kazandu Mammoth and what else? That's actually yeah. I mean, ooh, yeah, playing around Omen of the Sun. Okay, it's just some extra value from a card I don't even have in my hand. We're gonna bottom both of these. Don't really need any top lands at the moment. And I'll just go ahead and scrap with me as my tome. Glass Casket, that's a good one. Yeah, so I think here I'll just chatter. And then I'll do some Maze Mind Toming to find a land. This is pretty much a 2 for 1, because I did get to draw a single card. That's still pretty good. Okay, Questing Beast. Wait, hold up. They have Questing Beast in their sideboard. That's a little odd. But, I mean, Questing Beast does not line up very well against Skyclave Apparition. Ooh, that's actually a good one. You know what? I'll Scribe because I really need to hit a land here. Okay. And then Omen of the Sea has 3 looks for an untapped land. There we go. Okay, we're gonna keep both of these on top actually. And then play the Skyclave Apparition. And the next turn I can do all kinds of things. You know? The world is my oyster. When it comes to next turn. Let's see if my opponent plays something beefy. Checking Elspeth Conquers Death. Or not. Just an armored killer, that's all. My opponent, another casual day of armored killing. Well, I think I'm gonna exile Anguirus. I'm gonna play Treacherous Blessing. Don't have triple weight, which is a little bit awkward, but what can you do sometimes, you know? And I think I'm chilling in terms of my life total because of this Maze Mind Tome. I get to Elspeth's Nightmare. It's pretty good. Guys, go Morris. Well, fortunately for my opponent, my hand is chock full of gas. That's them down to 17. I draw Innkeeper number 2. Well, I get to kill both of those, so I don't even care. And now the game is officially done. Done. Don't think my opponent can ever realistically come back from this far behind. Good 11 here, but only momentarily. Go ahead and play this as a black source. I don't think I need that much blue. This Mazed Mind Tome will draw me a card, and then I can start Yorioning, and Elspeth Conquers Deathing, and I mean, that has to be pretty good. Okay, draw a card. I'm just gonna draw half my deck by the time this game ends. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yorion. Not even gonna exile the apparitions. Okay. Do that. Actually that was probably pretty bad. Because now I can't attack because it'll just double lock considering our things are gonna die anyway. Whatever, missed out on 4 damage. Boo-hoo. Right, well, I'll keep the MES call on top, just in case, you know? Couple 4/4s, just in case things go a little south. Right, 3 more cards. Think I can safely discard Temple of Deceit. And right now, I'm just getting the game over with. Boom. Okay, my opponent concedes. Well, that was a pretty easy match 2, and get ready for match number 3. Alrighty, welcome to match number 3, and I will in fact be on the play on 6 cards. Yeah, I'm staying on 6. So my opponent is on Temur Ramp, which leads me to think that I'm going to probably bottom 1 Hagra Mauling. well, I'm actually sort of on this Teamer Adventures Allbosh deck. It's a little bit odd, so I'm going to bottom one of these Hang On Maulings and play the second one tapped. See if I can get a Glass Casket on an Innkeeper, and then hopefully pull something off with this Doom Foretold in the future. Turn 3 might just be bring Yorion to hand turn. It's a little bit awkward that I don't have any good early plays. Well, that's the Edgewell Innkeeper I was talking about. So we're going to have to kill that one. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and play this Fabled Passage. And I think I'm going to fetch up a Plains. I already have a blue source. I'm not super worried about having, like, not having blue in play too early, as this deck doesn't need that much blue, and my voice is struggling. Yeah. So this probably is just going to be 4 mana, make a 2/2 drain, and make your opponent discard and draw. That's a real mouthful, actually. Could have just said, this is probably a Doom Foretold that's getting immediately popped. But I mean, same meaning, you know, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about what my opponent could have. They could flash in a Brazen Borrower. That would actually be really unfortunate for me. But would I sack the Glass Casket? They sack an Innkeeper, yeah. There we go. So next turn, what I do really depends on what my opponent does. I could Elspeth Conqueror's Death, or I could Birth of Meletis plus bring Yorion to hand. Just depends on what my opponent plays. So my opponent basically has the adventure package of like Lovestruck Beast, Bunk's Giant, Brazen Borrower, Edgewell Innkeeper, Terror of the Peaks, and Beanstalk Giant, all 4 of. Then they've got Cultivates, and 2 of the Great Henges, then 4 Genesis Ultimates, and then they got the Almosh in the Command Zone. Yeah, so this is going to be Birth of Meletis, and got that final Plains left in the deck. Means Flickering Birth of Meletis will be a little bit worse, but I've got plenty of lands as it is. So this Hagna Mauling is probably going to be pretty good, but I also want to find room to cast this Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and I do need to just finish the game as well. Hopefully they play something like Allbosh here, and then I can play Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and then hopefully Yorion the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Julian Keep, I'm not super worried about that. Well, I mean, I'm sort of worried about it. But, they're already down an Adventure Creature. Well, I don't think I need a second Yorion. Seems a little bit excessive, considering I already have 1, and it's not even doing that much work. I would love to draw an Omen of the Sea. Hopefully this isn't a Genesis Ultimatum. Yikes. Yikes. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I can deal with these 2 Beanstalk Giants. That's 4 cards, so my opponent drew 1 card. Actually, no, they put a land to play, so I'll be able to deal with this Genesis Ultimatum, but still, that's a yikes. And now I sort of need to hope my opponent fizzles. They've got an Edgewell Innkeeper, so Adventure Creatures are a redraw. Genesis Ultimatums are broken. The Great Henge is amazing. I need a second Yorion. Where are you? Yeah, I mean, if there's any good news, it sort of looks my opponent. Well, you know what? If my opponent has a Bone Crusher, I'll make them use it. They probably do, though. Which is unfortunate, because that's also a draw, too. Yeah, it does not look like I'm going to be winning this game, unfortunately. Draw a card, draw another card. I really need, like, I don't even know, like, okay, well, that's definitely not it. I think I'm just gonna scoop here. I am way too far behind. Like, I can Hagra Mauling, but I'm still just taking 1,000,000 damage. You know what, I'll stick it out 1 more turn, okay? 1 more turn, because I do technically get this Yorion back with the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. So, we'll see. But I am like 100% sure I'm going to lose. aggro-mauling this Beanstalk Giant. Just can't be taking that much damage. And as for the Edgeland Keeper, like, there's an argument to go for, but I just have to assume that opponent doesn't have anything, because that's the only way I can win. So, basically just playing to my outs, and my outs is like, I don't even know, drawing the draw 3 enchantment, and then like hitting another omen, and then like an Elspeth Conquers Death or something. Monster Beast, yeah. I'm gonna just draw 2 cards. Yeah, I don't think there's a way out at this point. Not realistically, which is unfortunate. Wait, what? Okay, well that's actually really weird from my opponent. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. Yeah, now I'm actually like not 100% losing. I can deal with their card draw engines. Now I just need to draw. So they're gonna attack me for 7. I need to chump this Bone Crusher Giant. Now I need to draw like, I don't even know. Like I still need to string like an incredible sequence of cards, but I don't think that was a correct play for my opponent. I mean, actually, does a Yorion win me this game? I think it does, or at least keep me alive. It's definitely not winning me any games for sure, but okay. You know what? This is the start to a comeback. Nope. No comebacks for me. Well, I guess we get to bring in a whole bunch of stuff, don't we? And definitely gonna take out this Dust. Doesn't seem very good. Actually, I don't want these duresses. I think I can go down like War and Birth Molest. It's not doing a whole lot. Go down these eliminates. Can you go down? Elspeth Hammer is good. No, Elspeth Hammer is actually good. You can go down like Shadow Sky. Extinction Event is pretty gas though. Game 3 against Chakib, and this match is for potentially some dollary dues. Because Foro gets 25 if I'm not wrong, and 3-1 gets $5. So if I win this match, I'm guaranteed to be in the money, which is nice. 3 lands? Nah. That's just way too greedy. I need to be hitting this Doom Foretold. There's going to be another Edgewell Innkeeper. It is. Well. No Edgewell Innkeepers for you. Sorry. Okay, come on. I really need a land number 4 in the next 2 draw steps. Cultivate. Okay, well I guess I'll be casting this Omen of the Sun then. Unless, of course, I draw something else. We'll see. I would rather they weren't cultivating, honestly. I'd like to see another Edgewell Innkeeper, but it's fine. Ooh. There it is. There it is. No double white, unfortunately. Scratch that. I do have double white. What am I talking about? I'm going to play this on Swamp, methinks. I'm going to hold up with this Immunized Call for now, because I don't want to be taking 5 damage. And now if they just play like a 5-drop, or 3 damage rather, what am I saying? If they play a 3-drop, 5-drop right now, no 5-drop. 5-drop? 5-drop, let's go. Now we just sort of pray for no Brazen Borrower. Oh crap, I have it. Oh, shoot. It's only a 3 of. Come on. Come on, please just like be tilting or something. Oh, they're taking too long. They've got it, don't they? All my well-laid plans go astray. I mean, it's still probably fine. That's 3 mana. You can just sack this Omen of the Sun. they have to play something. Can probably remove it. It's just annoying. It makes this game a little bit harder. I'm still in a pretty good spot. Ooh, actually that's perfect. That I don't mind. Okay, well my opponent's really going face. Jeez, okay. Okay, come on. They don't have a second one, like, come on. Like, let's be realistic. They don't have a second one. Okay, good. Okay. My heart there for a second was like, haha. That would have been problematic. Okay, we're gonna sack Elspeth's Nightmare. Let's just take a relaxing stroll into combat, and then play Doom Foretold. Well, what is your opponent? A counterspell? A counterspell. Well, I guess I'm only going to be resolving one of these. Go ahead and get an island. Don't want to be drawing lands at this point. I just need some gas. Hoo, that is gas. Discarding a Great Henge too. Okay, okay. Ooh, wow, that was, jeez, wow, stellar draw. Well, and this game's pretty much wraps. I get to Elspeth Conquest at them again. Don't really see how they can get out of this, especially considering even if they go like Innkeeper plus Adventure Great Drive, remove spell for both. Yep, Albosh to hand. See if I care. I think I'll just Yorion. Just to put lethal on the board. It's going to be opponent. A Mystical Dispute. Very nice. Unfortunately for my opponent, I'm just going to blast through all their creatures, and I have a Yorion in the graveyard if that wasn't enough. Now tear the beaks. Well, I don't really care. Okay, come on. Full control. Submit one. Nice. Did it in time. Okay. I think I'll keep one of these on top. Nope. Definitely don't want to do that. Okay, and we'll just Heartless Act. And now, does my opponent have sweepers? No, so I think I'll just play another lethal threat. And, yeah. This should hopefully just be it. Oh, except if they have a Genesis Ultimatum that deals me lethal damage. That's really the only thing that gets them out of this. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. GG. Okay, whoa, okay, I got scared there for a second, not gonna lie. Okay, well, boom. 2 and 1. Match 3. Somewhat harder than match 2. But we got there in the end, and next match is for the big dollars. Game numero dos. On the play, I will keep this hand because of turn 1 duress. And while Mystical Dispute is 3 mana, I think counterspells are going to be pretty good in this matchup. So we'll see what's going on. Kept in the Omen of the Forges and the Extinction events. Interesting. Well, it's a one-lander. Well, I'll take this Mazemind Tome for sure. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent's thinking. That's a one-lander with a Scryland on the draw. Scry at the bottom. Maybe a bit of a punish we have going here, maybe. Maybe, one can always hope. Well, I'll be holding up this dispute, will I? Or I could just cast Yorion. Oh no, there's land number 2. Okay, well, you know what? I think I'll just bring Yorion to hand. Maybe I'll cast Doom Foretold, depending on what my opponent does, though. Yep, that's just a glass casket, just cast to be a card out of the hand for my potential Doom Foretold, I guess. Which, is a good play for my opponent in terms of, like, actually doing things, but yeah. So I've got their Treacherous Blessing. I think I'm going to take that. Really don't want them to be drawing cards. Seems like the #1 thing I want to prevent. know what? Is it Yorion time? Or I could Doom Foretold. Yeah, you know what? I think it's Yorion time. Put on a little bit of the old pressure, you know? Try to get a cheeky little punish for their greedy keep. And, well, we're slamming Dream Trawler next turn, that's for sure. Boom, okay, well, that was somewhat of a non-game, but that's game 2. Clock damage no longer matters, so that's good to know. Past that, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and that's done. Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting one. Really, my opponent's not going to change much. Sideboarding? What? Do they not have a good sideboard? Oh, wait, they really don't have very much against me, do they? They have a rambunctious mutt. Okay, well, I've learned my lesson from what happened to my opponent. I'm not keeping that hand. We're gonna go like this, I think. Just got me a lot of card draw. Ooh, and a negate, that's a good one. So, play an island and probably a plains and then a clear water pathway and hold this fabled passage for whatever double color I need. I also get to hold up negate or over the sea. I'm gonna negate a treacherous blessing if I see one. But if I don't, then we'll see. Ooh, a duress could be very useful in the future, potentially next turn. A treacherous blessing, it is. Well, it isn't actually. There shall be no blessing on this treacherous stay. And I think I'm just going to duress my opponent, make sure they don't have anything too strong going. Well, they certainly do not. Now I've got this Omen of the Sea into Treacherous Blessing, just draw like my half of my deck. My opponent's stuck with a bunch of removal, which I don't even know why is still in their deck, except for the fact that they just simply don't have enough cards to board in. A Treacherous Blessing, well, okay, buddy. Again, my opponent just like drawing like casually the best card in their deck. Well, I think I need some cards to flicker with Yorion at this point. Treacherous Blessing, and then I'll play the Temple, most likely. Ooh, okay, that's a Yorion drawn. Definitely don't want a Doom Foretold. Not sure why I didn't board out my Doom Foretold. I didn't think about it at the time. Maybe I should have. At least some of them. Get to Yorion now, draw a million cards. And we'll see if I can cast a Shark Typhoon, maybe. Hard cast? Maybe. Probably not, but one can always hope that there's a good reason for it. It's probably going to be something I need to hold for the late game anyway, and there's a good chance I'm just discarding this Glimpse of Freedom to hand size at some point. It's a solid draw, but again, I'm just drawing 4 cards on turn 5. I'm not sure how much, well, I don't think I need Emeria's Calls at this point. Can bottle them pretty safely. More card draw, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just Woman of the Forge, so bad. Like, honestly. I think I'm just discarding my 2 escape cards. Would love to draw an Elspeth Conquers Death. That's exactly what I need right now. It'd just be so good. Well, I'm totally fine if they remove their my Yorion. Yeah, so they're gonna cast their own Yorion, but their Yorion draws 1 less card than mine, so you know. Someone's up in that exchange, and I don't think it's my opponent's. It's unfortunate that they're on the play. They're gonna be discarding to hand size though. Guess I was too. It's probably gonna be the Glass Casket. No. Really value that Glass Casket, don't they? Well, I definitely can't hard cast Shark Typhoon. Casting Doom Foretold doesn't accomplish very much. Casting another Yorion, again, doesn't accomplish very much. I think I'm just playing Maze Mind Tome. And I guess I'll like... No, I'm not doing that. I guess I'll just go ahead and play, it's tough. I'll play a Swamp and pass the turn. And probably just draw with this Maze Mind Tome. And we'll set an upkeep stop just in case. Skyclave Apparition. What's that gonna hit? Probably my Maze Mind Tome, honestly. Yep. Yikes. Well, punished for not doing that main phase, I guess. Well, this Glass Cask is actually pretty good against Shark Typhoon now that I think about it. It's a little bit awkward. Ooh, Dispute. See if we can do something with that in the future. Losing another life. A little bit unfortunate. Now my escape cards are being close to turned on, though. No, I don't want to run Yorion to hand. I just want to hold up this Dispute, I think. And I'm probably going to dispute almost anything they play, just to get my value before it's too late. Hopefully they go for like a Yorion without playing land or something, and I just get a massive blowout. Or is it going to be no plays? Really? Huh. Well, I guess I'll just untap. Double Shark Typhoon, you say? Well, I think I do want to be just drawing lands, I guess. I think it's, so this is close. What do I do here? I might just Cyclo Shark Typhoon on their end step. I don't know what to do. This is hard. This is a hard game. This really is. Jeez. They're just gonna Omen this on me. Okay, I accept. That's again just fine. I'm not gonna try and stop that, though that is a lot of 1/1s that I now need to be worried about. Glass Casket on my 0/4 and attack. Well, in that case, I'm actually gonna get a pretty good blowout. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I can make a 6/6 shark. See if my opponent has instant speed removal. Ooh, and an Elspeth's Nightmare to start killing some more of these tokens. I am a little bit low on life. I do need to keep track of that. That's really my only concern, but I'll get 2 life off this Birth of the Lettuce at least. Yikes. Elspeth Conquers Death. That's not that bad. I mean, I might just Yorion again now. It's unfortunate that I haven't drawn any of my omens. You know what, I'll just Elspeth's Nightmare. Boom, hit one of their tokens. Attack them for 6. I think 6 is enough damage to be attacking. I'll go to 9 here. I've got 2 blockers to their 2 attackers, so I think I'm fine. And next turn, well, hopefully I draw some Omen of the Suns or Elspeth Conquers Deaths. Kill you, and I really should get around to gonna double bottom those, I think. It's just not what I'm looking for. Well, neither of those. Yikes. I guess I'll discard 1 Doom Foretold and this Temple. I guess I'm pretty close to, like, ending the game by attacking. Wow, this is a real close game. Furious Call. How much of a problem is that? guess it's a problem. Extinction event. Oh, I definitely need to take the extinction event. Okay, so I could hardcast Shark Typhoon. What does that do for me? Let's go get back Yorion, exile a bunch of stuff. If I hardcast Shark Typhoon, I can untap and go nuts, and they're not killing. Yeah, and then I can just cling to dust to gain life and stuff. Or I could cling to dust their Yorion. Cling to dust their Yorion. This is hard. Doom Foretold. For 6, cling to dust their Yorion. Sack my Treacherous Blessing. Then I can hardcast Shark Typhoon. Yeah, that works. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. No attacks. Okay, we're gonna hold full control. I hope I have basics left in my deck. I should, though. Oh god, this game is really just... Jeez. Okay, yeah, I have plenty of basics. But I think I have a good plan for winning at this point. Because they don't have an Elspeth Conquers Death for my Shark Typhoon. So I just need to hope that they don't draw it. Okay, I'll cling to dust Yorion. So they have 1, pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not gonna exile my Glimpse of Freedom. Ugh. Jeez, this is kind of a ridiculous game, I must say. Treacherous Blessing, draw some cards. That's fine. I knew about that. Extinction event doesn't kill me. Don't think I really die to anything. I guess I'm gonna exile their graveyard. That's a little bit awkward. Sort of. Oh, well, there goes my Shark Typhoon. But then I get to Emiria's Call. Right? So I think that's still fine. They've got a Treacherous Blessing, and I can sack my Treacherous Blessing. But then they're gonna sack their Treacherous Blessing. Rambunctious Mutt. Yeah, I guess that's their, like, secret tech. But they've also got a Treacherous Blessing. What? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Oh wait, they didn't take my Shark Typhoon. They took my... What? What? Okay, well I'm really not sure what's going on in my opponent's head. All I do know is I'm hard casting Shark Typhoon. And then just gonna make some 2/2s. No more planes left, but that's fine. And probably just cast Glimpse of Freedom and hold up Dispute. Seems good. Okay, now what's my opponent gonna do? Really, what do I especially need to be worried about? They have Croxa, but I'm not sure if they brought it in. Upkeep Omen Scry, that I don't mind at all. Getting closer and closer to winning. Come on, no Elspeth Conquers Death. Come on. It's just don't ask. Just no Elspeth Conquers Death. Scry double bottom, so that's like a like even less than a 10% chance. Come on. If that's just a land, I win this game. And if it's an Elspeth Conquers Death, I actually still win this game because of Dispute, so... Yeah. That's gonna exile my Omen of the Sea? Or my... my Birth of Meletis? That's fine, I don't mind. Okay, I'm not even gonna sack it, I'm just gonna Glimpse of Freedom. Okay. Well, opponent? Okay, well, Glimpse of Freedom. 4, 5. Make a 2/2, draw a card. Would love to draw a negate right now. That's just perfect draw. Hagermalling. Wait, does that negate? Yeah. Okay, I think that's the game. And I've got the negate backup and dispute, so that's it. Come on. Combat. Attack. They can't block nearly enough damage. There we go! $35 dues. Let's go. The clean 4-0 with Doom Foretold Esper. Whew. That was good. That was good. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Probably going to cut it up and do highlights because this has been a long night, and thank you so much for watching. I will be back in a bit with the wrap-up. Esper Yorion is one of the best decks in the standard. As of recording this, I've also made Mythic with it. I highly recommend you check out the deck as it's very good and a lot of fun to play. If you want to play in the same kind of tournament I did today, or any other tournaments run by the Mythic Society, I will put their MTG Melee page in the description. They run a bunch of tournaments that are really easy to enter, and you can often catch me streaming tournaments like this, or just find me playing on the ladder live at twitch.tv/omrithopter. That's all for the video, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.